overall, we'll have ourselves a pretty nice Tuesday to get outside and enjoy some well above average temperatures. 50s, West River, and especially near and south of I-90. Elsewhere, it will be the mid to upper 40s. Not as warm, but still plenty above average for this time of year. A mild night on the way by February standards, with lows mainly in the 20s to near 30 under partly cloudy skies. We'll go through the rest of your pretty quiet 7-day forecast coming up in a little bit, but until then, midday in KELOLAND starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Great Bear Ski Valley plans to open their slopes today. Plus,
President Biden says there could be consequences for the death of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny. I'm Natalie Brand with a look at how Navalny and aid for Ukraine are also impacting the campaign trail.
good afternoon and thanks for having us in. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem has announced that she will send South Dakota National Guard troops to help build a wall at the Texas border with Mexico. 60 National Guard soldiers will deploy to the southern border on a rolling basis over a 3-month period. Noem said in a news release that the request has been met by the new primary mission of constructing a border wall. This is the 5th time Noem has deployed troops to the southern border to assist in security efforts. Sioux Falls police are asking for the public's help locating a missing teen. 13-year-old Kylie Bangsund was last seen near 41st Street and Marion Road on Saturday evening. Kylie is 5 feet 2 inches tall and has brown hair. If you have any information on her location, you're asked to contact police. Great Bear Ski Valley in Sioux Falls announced that it will be opening the slopes yet again today. The ski lift will start running at 3 p.m., closing at 9. Pivoting now to weather. It's pretty warm out there, pretty pleasant, 40s, 50s. We have almost, Adam, a spring day upon us.
Now, let's just call it what it is. It is a spring day. Temperatures in the 50s are more akin to what we get in late March and early April. So that would very much put us in every definition of spring, whether it's astronomical or meteorological. 47 at the lunch hour in Sioux Falls. There's a view downtown to the northwest with a southerly breeze, very light at 5 miles per hour. Almost tempting to maybe sit outside and enjoy the day, considering what February typically has in store for us across KELOLAND. From east to west we go, and Rapid City is doing just as well. 49 in Pennington County with a north wind at 10 miles per hour. That snow, what little is left on the ground, is really not going to be sticking around for much longer, considering we are going to be talking about temperatures upward of 20 degrees above average today in many locations. We're already over the 50-degree mark in Valentine. In fact, they're near 60. 51 for Winter and Pine Ridge, as well as Custer. 52 Spearfish. 32, though, 20 degrees cooler over toward Huron, where they still have a little more of that snow from last Wednesday, trying to hang tough. Winds in general are light this afternoon, especially East River towards southwestern South Dakota and northern Nebraska. It is a little on the breezy side, but again, we've experienced far worse. Beyond that, it is going to be a struggle to find much of anything to talk about today, considering there just is not anything happening regionally, let alone locally. There's a cold front over the Canadian border, but you notice that is really not making a whole lot of headway down into our neck of the woods. So we really don't have much of anything going on today, or even for the next several days for that matter. So if you have the opportunity to get outside this afternoon, I highly recommend you do so, considering we are going to be talking about high temperatures, again, upward of 20 degrees above average for this time of year. The exception is going to be toward the Highway 14 corridor, yet again, where highs will be mainly in the 40s, even near 50 toward Aberdeen once you head back up north toward Highway 12 and the North Dakota border. Out west, we'll see more widespread 50s once you head west of Pierre and Chamberlain. Even some locations towing the line of 60 like they're already doing now in Valentine, and what we'll likely do toward Hot Springs and Spearfish, for example. We'll talk about the rest of your 7-day forecast, which features an even stronger preview for spring, coming up in a little bit.
Sounds good. Thank you, Adam. The Iditarod Trail in Alaska from Anchorage to Nome is not for the faint of heart. Ryan Wanless of Sioux Falls has competed in the 1,000-mile Iditarod race twice and will now be doing it again later this month. He says the toughest part is all the planning that goes into and some heart-to-heart talks.
Talking to your friends and family, assuring your your wife, you're going to come back with all your fingers and toes.
Tonight, you'll find out why he competes in the Iditarod, and you'll also hear from his wife, who tracks her husband's progress on the computer. Make sure to watch Wandless in the Wilderness in tonight's Eye on KELOLAND at 10. Republicans and Democrats are grappling with how to respond to Russia following the death of opposition leader Alexei Navalny and recent gains Russia made in the war against Ukraine. Natalie Brand reports with details from the White House.
The Biden administration says it's preparing what it calls major new sanctions on Russia for its war in Ukraine and the death of opposition leader Alexei Navalny.
We already have sanctions moving and we're considering additional sanctions, yes.
Navalny's death comes as Russia has gained some ground in its war against Ukraine, taking over a key city in the east. The White House blames congressional inaction.
They're making a big mistake not responding.
It's unclear when the U.S. House would consider a foreign aid package for Ukraine. House members left Washington for a nearly 2-week recess without taking up the Senate's bipartisan package. Now there's a new effort of bipartisan lawmakers trying to come up with a smaller foreign aid package that also combines the southern border.
The House proposal, it depends on how it's written, makes perfect sense to me.
But the question now, will former President Donald Trump lobby against the bill? He opposed the Senate's bipartisan border security compromise initially linked to foreign aid, which collapsed earlier this month.
President Trump told Congress, don't pass anything until after November. We can't wait that long.
Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley also took aim at her rival for a lack of response to Alexei Navalny. The GOP frontrunner finally posted his comment on Monday, saying Navalny's death has made him more aware of what's happening in the U.S.
He's going to side with a dictator who kills his political opponents.
Despite sharpening her attacks on Trump, Haley still remains behind by double digits in the latest polls ahead of Saturday's GOP primary in South Carolina, where she formerly served as governor. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Haley is delivering a speech in South Carolina today where she will say that she has no plans to drop out of the race, no matter what kind of result she has in the South Carolina primary.